With the Ethereum hard fork happening, I've been thinking about how Ethereum 2.0 might affect layer 2 scaling solutions like Polygon in the long run. To start out, I'll give some main points. Then we'll dive into the meat of it. Oh, by the way, this video contains a way to win a trading bonus. So if you're interested, keep watching and find out how. Polygon, previously Matic Network, is an infrastructure solution designed for Ethereum scaling. Ethereum has suffered from congestion and high transaction or gas fees for a long time, and Polygon helps solve this problem. Polygon's technology moves Ethereum dApps onto a system of connected blockchains that aim to retain the Ethereum network security and ecosystem advantages. Polygon's success is built on the network's partnerships, increasing adoption from high-profile projects, and high availability across traditional crypto exchanges and DEXs. The London hard fork implements upgrades on Ethereum aimed at keeping gas costs low during times of congestion. But this is only one small part of Ethereum 2.0, which is aimed at drastically scaling Ethereum. Let's first dig into the basics of Polygon to get a foundation. Then look at Ethereum's current problems and future solutions in order to make a more educated prediction about the future of both projects. In terms of both decentralized apps, or dApps, development and adoption, no blockchain has been more successful than Ethereum. But the Ethereum network still contains several major bottlenecks hindering its scalability and usability. We've all heard about Ethereum 2.0 and are excited to see the results of the London hard fork, all of which propose to drastically improve Ethereum. Yet, many users already enjoy an improved Ethereum by using layer 2 solutions like Polygon. So let's check out the basics of Polygon and see if it's likely to maintain its position in the crypto space as Ethereum gets upgraded. As we just established, in order to continue scaling, many projects are exploring Ethereum-compatible blockchains that mitigate Ethereum's limitations without moving away from the network. A key issue has been lack of specialized framework to build such blockchains, and no protocol that can connect them. This leads to a complicated development process and poses the risk of ecosystem fragmentation. Therefore, Polygon, or previously Matic, is a layer 2 solution with sharding support that seeks to facilitate mass blockchain project adoption through sidechains that offer 65,000 TPS and 2-second block confirmation times. Polygon's technology moves Ethereum dApps onto a system of connected blockchains that retain the Ethereum network security and ecosystem advantages. In addition to scalability, Polygon aims to improve the developer experience with a permissionless design, full text sovereignty, and modular security solutions. Normal users also benefit from low gas fees and instant transactions, as well as full compatibility with Ethereum tools such as MetaMask. Polygon blockchains boast high levels of interoperability and can communicate both amongst themselves and with the Ethereum network. The solution's tech stack is currently made up of two major types of blockchain networks: secured chains and standalone chains. The Polygon team is also open to adding all kinds of scalability solutions to their network, such as rollups. Real quick, what does Polygon do? The rapid and low-fee nature of the Polygon ecosystem has attracted significant interest from developers that have suffered under Ethereum's periodically high gas fees. In particular, Polygon has been adopted by a number of high-profile DeFi, decentralized exchange, and crypto gaming applications. I'll give a couple of examples to give you an idea of Polygon use cases. One of the most successful dApps built on Polygon technology is Polymarket. This non-custodial and decentralized prediction market allows users to speculate on the outcome of real-world events, such as elections or football matches. Like many DEX applications, handling large volumes of transactions while avoiding congestion on the Ethereum network is a running concern for Polymarket. By building onto Polygon sidechains, the prediction market managed to offer users lower fees and faster settlement without compromising on security or decentralization. Next, we have Polygon and Aave. Polygon also entered into a partnership with Aave, a leading DeFi protocol for lending and borrowing on the Ethereum blockchain. To address the congestion issues caused by increased adoption, CEO and founder Stani Kuleshov noted that the protocol's availability was still largely limited to users with 5-figure portfolios. Aave is seeking to expand accessibility by offering lower gas fees through smart contract bridge that allows users to seamlessly move assets onto Polygon sidechains. According to the Aave team, Polygon was selected for its security and its modular nature, which allows for high interoperability with other dApps that integrate with Aave. Another area of adoption has been crypto collectible games such as Aavegotchi, which integrates DeFi and non-fungible tokens, NFTs, in a unique way. This game allows users to stake their avatars, called Aavegotchis, which are valued by factors such as attributes, collateral, wearables, and rarity, with interest-generating tokens on the game's metaverse. A metaverse which includes mini-games, governance events, and integrated NFT marketplace. As such, one of the key concerns for the Aavegotchi team was selecting a scaling solution that offered sufficient decentralization, security, and EVM compatibility. Much like with DeFi applications, Aavegotchi noted Polygon's high interoperability, which it hoped to take advantage of by integrating with other NFT dApps. Other major players such as SushiSwap, EasyFit, a fork of the compound AAM, and Decentraland, or Mana, have also deployed their smart contracts onto Polygon sidechains. These deployments help them improve user experience and ensure sustainable operations on the Ethereum network. Polygon's interoperability has been a major selling point for developers because utilizing Polygon sidechains allows them to provide value to users through other dApps. This creates a virtuous cycle that attracts applications through interoperability, which in turn creates greater incentives for other applications to join in the ecosystem. Therefore, Polygon is well positioned to ride the wave of growth that DeFi, DEX, and NFT dApps are experiencing. As volume increases and more Ethereum projects look toward low gas and scalable solutions, Polygon is excellently positioned to enjoy continued rapid expansion. And a better Ethereum means an even better Polygon. Until it doesn't. To get a judgment about whether or not Polygon is in danger of becoming obsolete with the rollout of Ethereum 2.0, we need some more information about Ethereum 2.0. Ethereum 2.0 is coming out in stages. The timeline? Slower than anyone wants it to be. The first installment that rolled out was the beacon chain, which is necessary to set up early on, but doesn't do much until later upgrades are introduced. The big thing going on right now is the London hard fork in EIP 1559, which, as you may have heard, is focused on improving the gas fee mechanism by changing the bidding system to a system with a base fee and an inclusion fee. The base fee will be set automatically by the Ethereum network to adjust for current traffic, and the inclusion fee is what the user can add to incentivize the miners. But the miners will only get the incentive fee, while the base fee will be burned. The London hard fork may be exciting, but is it going to make Polygon obsolete? No, almost definitely not. Its intended scope of improvement is marginal and focused mostly on gas fees. It does little to increase transaction speed. Ethereum has already rolled out their proof-of-stake chain outside of the mainnet, but both are connected to the beacon chain, which will help facilitate the merge later on down the road. Not only does the move from proof-of-stake make Ethereum more environmentally friendly, it also allows for the implementation of further upgrades, most notably sharding. The shard chains are projected to be rolled out in 2022, but those who have been following Ethereum closely expect delays. Sharding is one of the ways Polygon already achieves its higher performance. So the question of the day is whether or not Ethereum sharding will improve the network to such a degree as to make Polygon obsolete. Polygon co-founder Sandeep Nayyar confidently stated that Ethereum 2.0 scaling won't match the increase in demand it causes because, according to him, implementing 64 shard chains will basically translate to 64x scalability. However, if you listen to Vitalik Buterin, simply implementing rollups, a way of securely processing smart contracts off-chain and rolling the necessary information back on-chain, could already scale Ethereum efficiency by 100x. And adding the shards on top of that could potentially bring the Ethereum network to processing 100,000 transactions per second or more, compared with the current 30-ish transactions per second. The plans for Ethereum 2.0 certainly sound dire for Polygon and similar Layer 2 projects. However, nothing is set in stone, and we won't really know how much Ethereum can scale until it does so. Polygon, on the other hand, is already providing a solution for scaling that is tied directly to Ethereum and has therefore gained a significant number of developers making innovative and successful projects. So, from my personal perspective, not necessarily the views of Phemex, mind you, Polygon is likely to benefit from Ethereum upgrades in the short to medium term, because as Ethereum becomes even more functional, more developers will build on it, more users will come, and the functionality may not immediately address the increased number of throughput. This gives Polygon time to focus their efforts, and we can see that they have an experienced and hardworking team that is certainly considering what an exponentially more efficient Ethereum would mean for them. It's reasonable to suppose that the team behind Polygon will pay close attention to the areas where their solution will continue to be useful. Long term, there certainly seems to be some risk of a superpowered Ethereum 2.0 making Polygon obsolete. But the same principle I just stated may continue to apply. Even if Ethereum scales by 30,000 times or more, such an upgrade will inevitably draw in tons more use cases. And as developers continue to think of creative new uses for smart contracts and Web 3.0, some of these uses might require functionality that isn't even available on a superpowered Ethereum. If this happens, and Polygon is able to identify these areas and provide a solution, then they certainly have potential to maintain their position in the space. Again, this is my personal perspective, and there's no shortage of people who know more about these topics than I do. If you think you're such a person and have some comment or perspective to add, please let me know in the comments and leave your Phemex UID. I'll pick the most insightful 3 comments and send a $20 trading bonus to each. Lastly, it's important to note that other competitors to Polygon are definitely worth considering if you're trying to decide which project to back. But that's a subject too big to add into one video. So for this video, we only focused on Polygon versus the changes with Ethereum 2.0. So guys, the crypto space is huge, complicated, and evolving at a breakneck pace. If you want to learn more about crypto and trading, check out our other videos and Academy articles. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to... Thanks for watching. See you next time. If you don't have a Phemex account yet, just click on the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen. Create a Phemex account and you'll get a 7-day free premium membership trial and other trading bonuses. To learn more about Phemex and cryptocurrencies, watch the videos on the box on the left. And if you're new to the crypto world, have a look at the videos on the right for some of Phemex's user tutorials.